Eamon Carroll, your thoughts on a very close shave against Batley this afternoon?
Yeah, we knew it would be. We knew it was going to be a real tough game. There's certainly things we could have done better in that game, but I think facing an opposition that's really tough, we've got to take into account where they're sat in the table at the minute. We had another tough game against them at the beginning of the year. Every game that I've watched of them, they compete. They've had a couple of tough results there, and then the conditions as well. I thought we probably needed a game like that, which was touch and go, and we had to work hard and find a way to win, and we did that. So this current moment, look at the positives. Certainly things we need to do better, but ultimately they found a way to win.
What are the positives, the overriding positives for you?
I thought we competed defensively. We looked okay. I thought we were all right defensively. I don't think they troubled us too much. Very disappointed with the first try that we conceded, but other than that, there was a breakaway try and then a one-on-one ball steal. So I thought structurally our defence was good. Probably just that at the moment.
In that first half, it appeared to be a good 20-25 minute period where you just didn't get any possession or territory in the Batley half of the field.
Yeah, I think we've done a couple of things to hurt ourselves. Some of our decision making was quite poor. We gave a penalty away on play one when we worked really hard, and we was just about to go make a tackle inside the opposition's 10 metre, and we give a penalty away and give away position. And then obviously a couple of last plays that were quite poor, and we spoke all week about Batley are a team that will take advantage of that, and you have to be squeaky clean, and we just wasn't at critical times. But I thought we did enough then to turn them away.
You've mentioned and praised the defence, but there'll be a bit of disappointment allowing Lucas Walshaw to just slide over.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not us, and we know that. But we did say that they've got plenty of threat on their edges, and if you get your detail wrong in your execution of your defence, then they can pick you apart, and that's what happened. So yeah, very disappointed with that, but pleasing one for me was I thought we fixed it after that. We didn't look to be troubled too much.
What did you say at half time?
I just said that we had to get. I thought we were dipping our toe in a little bit with our effort areas. I thought defensively we did well to restrict him, but we were just allowing Josh Woods to put the ball wherever he wanted in terms of his kicking game, and he's very good at that. I didn't think that we were helping out our backfield, so I just spoke to the team about getting back to that. That's what we're going to need to do if we want to be in big games. And then the flip side to that, just thought we could have supported a lot more. So it was the finer details of things. I didn't think we were too far off. I anticipated it was going to be a real tough game. I really did, and we sold that to the group all week, and that's exactly what it was. But I just felt that we kind of stepped away from doing that, and we got back to doing it in the second half. I still thought our support could have been better. I think we dropped off though.
Mitch Suter appeared to be a bit aggrieved that he didn't get a penalty when he put boot to ball on the last tackle, which then resulted in the Joe Burton try.
I don't know. I think we probably made a poor decision there. That's not how we practice. So off the top of my head, I'll have a look at that. I think sometimes teams depend too much on the officials to make a decision for them, and we have to look at ourselves. So I thought we could have managed that a little bit better. But look, if I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up there.
How important was that early try in that second half to re-establish some breathing space?
Well, there was a part where I felt like we needed it, but you shouldn't need that. I think we just needed to trust in kicking the ball and defending well. As I said, I mentioned a lot now already in this interview, it was going to be a real tough game, and we had to earn the right. We referenced the Sheffield game where we built a game, and we said that points would come back end of the half. I thought that anytime we looked to get on top, we kind of just took the foot off the gas a little bit and invited Batley back in, and they're a very dangerous team if you do that. So obviously it was nice, but I didn't feel it was too important. We weren't talking about going out and scoring points at half time. It was about getting those little areas of our game right, which then allows you to build on that.
It was a real attritional game due to the weathers. Real arm wrestle type of game. Was this a different kind of win that you've got this afternoon?
I just said to a couple of them in there, we need that. If we want to be in the playoffs, them games are going to go like that. So it's good for us to experience that now. Certainly, we could have managed certain periods of that game better, but we have to look at the positive that we managed to come through and get the win and find a way to win. Especially when you look at how some of their tries came, they're easy fixes as well. So we come out of it with a lot of lessons. Yeah, we would love to have been, and had a complete performance, but it's not about that. It was about us finding a way to win and make sure that we improve week in, week out. And I just said to the boys there, I know you'd be feeling disappointed in some respects, but everyone's quick to tell us early on in the year we probably would have thrown that game away, and we didn't today.
You've mentioned allowing Josh Woods to dictate with the kicking game. How impressed are you with George Tafua and Jaden Ockenbar under those aerial bombardments in difficult conditions?
Yeah, I thought they were very good, and the negative to that was I don't think we did enough to help them. So I thought our backfield had real strong games today, and certainly posed some threats when we returned the ball. Just think that we could have helped them out a little bit more, and probably could have got our set started a little bit further upfield if we would have helped out with some kick pressure.
And it's not just taking the ball in, but it's then what they do after do that important kick return. Because I think there was one in that second half. Jaden Ockenbar's gone from his own try line to just short of halfway.
Yeah, he's been doing that for us for a long time now. We even said in the box, I don't know how he kind of does it. He has good body position into contact, keeps his legs pumping, and fights hard on the floor as well. So he's playing really well for us at the minute, Jaden, and and George's as well. So I think there's a number of people in there. I think Tom Holmes had a real strong game today, and certainly built on last week's performance. So I'm certainly happy with him.
Are you a bit frustrated that you didn't close the game down Eamon at 16-10? I think there was 2 or 3 drop goal attempts that it looked a little bit unstructured and sloppy.
Yeah, it probably was. There was a bit of disruption there because obviously we'd moved Geordie to 9 and we brought Jazz on who'd sat for an hour. So yeah, we'd like to execute them a little bit better, and that's probably what I'm referencing in terms of managing. I felt the first one we went for, we didn't really have to. I didn't think we had to go for that, but you back the players to go and do it. It was just a little bit of execution, but I have to look at it as a rounded game, and we managed to turn them away after that. So again, we talk about lessons as a good one, just managing that period when we're in those positions again.
Talking about lessons, do you feel if this game had been a little bit earlier in the season, it might have been a different result? It certainly looked to me that there was a lot of calmness out there after they scored through senior with about 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, I thought that probably helped when we put Bruno back on. Greeny was saying to me, they were a bit quiet out there, and that's not always a bad thing, but I thought we were a lot better when Bruno was out there, a lot calmer. I thought some of our sets towards the back end of the game probably looked more like what we practiced, and some change of angle and respecting the conditions. So I think we're going to get a lot out of that game. I really do. And yeah, look, I can't say it would have gone the other way, but if you go off of previous form, you'd probably think that we would lose that game. So that's what I just said to the group there. They found a way to win. It was good. We need to make sure that we're coming in with the attitude that we want to keep getting better and better each week, and I'm sure they'll do that.
Kevin Apple left with about 15 minutes to go. Is that just a precautionary HIA? Or is it?
Yeah, he's fine. He's past it, so he's up. He was showered and changed by the time I got back in. So I think he was doing it tough out there. But again, I think he's having some real strong performances for us at the minute.
How important was the impact? I know we mentioned this before, Eamon, but Franklin Pelly, Evans Skur, they give you that lift, that important lift just before half time. Yeah, they do. I thought they were very good, and the challenge for them is to not be satisfied with that and look to get better and better, which I think they will do. The longer that they keep playing together and get those combinations. So yeah, again, something I just said to them there was about where we are at the minute, and look, be happy with it, but don't be completely satisfied, and we want to keep getting better. And I think that's the important thing for us to recognise, that we have to keep challenging ourselves as a group to be better each week. Tyra not played this afternoon. Is that this not selected?
Yeah, just the decision I went with. Mitch had missed the last couple. I thought he was ready for a game, so I'm going to start having a look now at what we feel is our best team, best combinations, and what to go with. So yeah, just a decision I made. 4th win on the bounce. Do you feel that you're raising that intensity with each game and building that momentum? No, it's something we're driving. I still think that we can be more intense in what we're doing. I thought there were periods of that game we allowed the game to go slow, and we're not good when that happens. I think it was visible to see when we were on the front foot, when we were carrying hard with support and ripping out of tackles. You could see us looking like the Bradford team we want to be. So it's about making sure that we're doing that for long periods of time.
When I spoke to Romain Franco during the week, he's echoed what Franklin Pelly and Jaden Ockenbar have said, that he's come here a bit disillusioned, a bit out of love with the sport, referencing yourself, the support, what you're doing for these players who come here disillusioned, and then, you're igniting their love for the sport.
Yeah, I think it's a club on a whole, and there's some good people here, and I think that's not coaching, that's just being a good human being, and we're very lucky to have a lot of good people in this club who want people to come, and the boys have their part to play in that. I think if they came and they were tossing off, we wouldn't have them through the door. But they come and they fully buy into what we're trying to do, and that's really important to us. They come and represent the badge really well, and as long as people are doing that, our door is open. We want good people through the door, and those boys are great lads.
Results this afternoon means you're 4 points clear now in 3rd Eamon. It's pretty much guaranteed. You've got that home semi-final as a minimum. Is it still a case of not looking over the neighbour's fence to see what everyone else is doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got to, we're going to have to be a lot better next week against Halifax in a derby than what we were today. So it's just important. We said that, keep your feet firmly on the ground, stay humble. It's all right finishing third, but you want to go into the playoffs with some consistency and some rhythm within your performances, and we certainly know that we can be better. I liked the feeling in the change rooms afterwards. You could tell that they weren't absolutely buzzing. I think that's good. Shows that the group's humble, and yeah, look, Halifax will be watching that game thinking they can pick us apart with some bits, so it's good. Keeps our feet firmly on the ground and know that we have to be better.
Kieran Gill, he said he'd highlighted potentially that Halifax game to come back. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He was had a bit of an illness this week, so we've not seen him. We've kept him away, but he was back running. He wasn't with the team, so I'll get a medical report tonight from the staff, and we'll see where he's at. But we certainly won't rush him.
Is there any further development on a Ruby.Ro since we last spoke?
He's looking good. He's looking good, which is really positive. So, just with the nature of the injury, it's important we get that checked out with the specialist. So he's got an appointment on Friday. We'll be a bit clearer there, but I think he'd have put his boots on today for us if we'd have let him. So that's positive.
Is he ruled out for next week, or is it?
Yeah, I would think so. We can't rush that. Just with it being like a back injury and the manner of it as well, we need to make sure that we get full clarity on what it is and what he needs moving forward. But the positive signs are that he's getting better and better each day.
You're saying about these games, Batley being Batley, they're one of those teams that never go away. I mean, at this stage of the season, you said these are the games you want, isn't it? Because if you're going to be sort of playoff trained now mentally, you need games where it's nip and tuck almost, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I like Batley. I like what they're about. They're a really tough opposition. From minute 1 to minute 80, they don't change much. They just keep turning up for each other, and they look like a close group as well. So I think we can learn a lot from what they did today. They played a simple game in tough conditions and completed well and kicked the ball well. So yeah, I like what they're about, and yeah, it's certainly those are the games that we're hopefully going to be involved with. So to experience that now is only going to be a positive.
I suppose it's because players are talking about obviously being fully focused going into the playoffs. I mean, these sort of contests now, Halifax again next week, just sort of keep them hungry, don't they? Because they know they've got to be on their game, and they can't sort of sit there thinking, well, a couple of weeks' time is when it starts.
Yeah, no, we can't look at the playoffs. We've got to look at Halifax now, and I think that's what we've done well over the last few weeks. We'll put this one to bed pretty quickly and focus on Halifax and where we want to be better. And the playoffs aren't too far away, but if we lose sight of the here and now, then we won't be going into them with any sort of consistency, and it's important that we are.
And it must be nice to have a few selection issues as well now, isn't it? Because touch wood, the group seems to be, obviously you're losing George now. In terms of other selections, there are actually sort of competition for spots where you can say, I'm playing him this week, as you did with Mitch Suter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great position for us to be in. I think the best teams all have that. They have some competition for places and some selection headaches, and we've been unfortunate this year. We've probably not had that. We've been ferrying around on a Friday afternoon before the deadline trying to get people in. That's probably how drastic and severe it's been for us this year, but we touch wood, we seem to be through that now. So I mentioned during the week, I think the intensity of our training's gone up, and that's because of the amount of bodies that are around the building, and everyone wants to be part of what's next. So yeah, it's a great position for us to be in.
Would you say that competition just drives each other, doesn't it? Because no one can sort of think, well, I'm going to play next week because he's injured.
Yeah, absolutely. We had some conversations this week where we sat down with someone and said, look, you're playing this week, but if this happens again and your opposite number isn't doing that, and that might be something as simple as not putting kick pressure on, like what we didn't have today. Some lads might look at the stats and some of their involvements and think that they've had a good game, and they have, but we value effort, and if they've missed them, that might be the reason why they miss out. So again, I think it's a great position for us to be in.